Alright, so let's see. To begin this video, my low yesterday was the fact that it was in fact pretty cold yesterday. Not fun. Not fun at all. My high yesterday was that I did talk to my mom. I actually talked to my mom a little bit before making this video too. But I talked to my mom last night. And I got to see The Masked Singer last night. That was always fun. I'll be talking about that today. And my act of kindness was I held the door for people, walking into a building. So, again, act of kindness doesn't really need to consist of much. Simply holding the door for someone, that's fine. So, anyway, I have quite a bit to talk about today. So, let's begin. Good morning and happy Thursday, everyone. Yes, it's Thursday. We're nearing the end of the week. 1 week from today will be Thanksgiving. That's going to be really cool. Can't wait to... I'm debating because I said this... I actually said this on Tuesday. But Thanksgiving is going to be a Mom Food Chronicle that I'm going to do. But here's the thing. The way it works, at least when I was growing up, is there'd be one giant get-together with family. That was, a Thanksgiving meal. The Thanksgiving dinner. But the day after, my mom would make a Thanksgiving dinner for, just my father, my brother, and I. And that's what's going to happen next week. Only my grandparents are going to be there, too, on Friday. So I'm debating. Do I do the Mom Food Chronicle on actual Thanksgiving, or should I do it the day after? I will need to think about that. But what I can tell you that is planned, for today at least, is several things. New episode of Hot Ones today. That's going to be fun, featuring The Undertaker. I remember watching The Undertaker growing up back when... my brother was much more of a wrestling fan than I was. But, to be perfectly honest, he talked about all these different people for wrestling so much, I knew who they were by proxy. That should be interesting. Totally Not Mark is going to be doing his final One Piece thoughts video, as he's going to do Act 3 up until right now, because we are still very deep into Act 3. In fact, we are nearing Chapter 1000 as we speak. In fact, I do believe we have a chapter this week, so I will be doing a reaction on that. I'm still trying to wrap my brain around the fact that we might actually get a One Piece chapter on my birthday. That is going to be awesome. Although, what's not going to be awesome is the fact that Sunday, December 27th, The Masked Dancer is going to be airing. Well, I guess I could do both. December 28th this year is going to be a very interesting birthday for me, to say the least. In years past, even when I was doing videos, don't get me wrong, it was a nice birthday and I was able to celebrate it effectively. Although the last 2 years left a lot to be desired. Not really much happens. I guess we'll have to... I'm going to try... Here's what I would like to have for my birthday. Since my birthday is going to be on a Monday, I'd rather we celebrate it after, the weekend after. Everyone's going to be off. Everyone's going to be relaxing, celebrating. Plus, we're already going to be partied out with Christmas, which is actually on a Friday this year. That's going to be really cool. So we're going to be, my birthday's going to be on that Monday. Why not just celebrate my birthday after the New Year? It would be a great way to kick off the New Year. At least I would think it is, anyway. Right. So, with that taken care of and out of the way, I guess I could do a One Piece chapter reaction and my thoughts on The Last Dance on the same day. Again, it's going to be quite an interesting day. But what I can tell you are my thoughts on The Masked Singer last night, which I gotta say and definitely agree with Jenny McCartney Wahlberg. Or maybe it was Nicole who said this. But this is the strongest season we've had by far. And I'm not really wanting to... I mean, here's the thing. I don't want to diminish what previous seasons brought to the table. But in terms of straight up powerhouses, because there's some powerhouses in literally all three groups, this is easily like the strongest. I mean, you already have the Popcorn and the Sun in Group A. You have, I'm very certain the jellyfish, both the jellyfish and the mushroom are moving on in Group C. Sorry, broccoli. But then again, maybe the broccoli will surprise me, I don't know. But then you have Group B, which performed last night. Last week we had the pleasure of not only having, well, this season we've had the pleasure of having a contestant that was two people, a duo. And last week we got to see them unmasked. In a way, I guess it sort of prepared us for what happened this week. And what happened this week was a double elimination. It's never happened before in The Masked Singer, but lo and behold, that's what happened. And I'm still trying to wrap my brain around the fact that, here's the thing. Someone was going to get eliminated outright, which wound up being the whatchamacallit, who was NBA basketball player Lonzo Ball. And in case anyone was wondering, it was the Seahorse that got to move on to the Super Six, because, of course, the Seahorse was incredible. Seriously, like, I think it was Jenny McCartney Wahlberg who said that if anyone could give the Popcorn and the Sun a run for their money, it's the Seahorse. And I agree. I really think the Seahorse is going to make it to the final three. Would not surprise me if that was the case. Right. But the whatchamacallit was eliminated first. It was Lonzo Ball, which I gotta say, whenever Ken Jeong is wrong, it's always funny. It's actually even funnier when he's right, because his reactions are priceless. Seriously, it's because Ken Jeong figured out that the whatchamacallit was Lonzo Ball. And whenever he's right about anything, he just goes completely insane. It is hysterical. I couldn't breathe. I was laughing so hard. That's how funny it is. But hey, Ken got one right. That was great. But the Serpent was someone who I actually didn't know who it was. And then when it was revealed that it was, I'm like, oh, that's who it was. See, for those of you guys who, the Serpent was the one who got eliminated, not the crocodile. Which reminds me, I knew the whatchamacallit was going to be eliminated outright because, don't get me wrong, the whatchamacallit brought swagger, but Lonzo Ball really couldn't sing very well. And it kind of showed. I thought there was at least going to be a sing-off between the Serpent and the crocodile. You know, Reptile versus Reptile. That would have been awesome as a sing-off. But no. It was just whoever got voted off. Kind of a missed opportunity. You could have had Reptile versus Reptile, but whatever. But here's the thing. In terms of the Serpent was, as we all know, when the pandemic hit, well, for starters, the world turned upside down, but I'm not going to talk about that. The Masked Singer would have something called After the Mask, which I'm actually kind of surprised they're not doing this year either. Oh well. Or maybe they'll do it when they get closer to the end. We'll have to see. But there was one episode of After the Mask where Nicole Scherzinger, I can never pronounce her name, I'm sorry, actually did a duet with a guy named Dr. Elvis Francois. And one of the clues that the serpent had was the serpent actually performed with one of the judges before. That automatically should have put it together right away. So, with that said, it was quite shocking to see that Dr. Elvis Francois, who is a huge fan of this show, was able to perform on the show. That's actually really cool. He got to live out, like, it came full circle. And I'm just going to say this right now. As funny as it is to see Ken Jeong when he's right, it's equally as both powerful and emotional when you get to see Ken Jeong express his feelings about just how much respect he has for Dr. Francois. Because Ken Jeong was saying, everyone knows Ken Jeong is a doctor. His wife is also a doctor. We all know that. And obviously, Dr. Elvis Francois is a doctor himself. And it was just so powerful to see Ken tear up at the sight of the fact that, Dr. Francois was on the front lines when the pandemic first hit. Like, he was there. And, just seeing Ken Jeong thank him for doing what he does, it spoke volumes. It spoke huge volumes. I mean, well, for one thing, I guess to show that Ken Jeong is capable of crying. Let's be honest, I've always felt that sadness was one of the most powerful emotions ever. Being able to cry is one of the most powerful emotions ever. Just watch the movie Inside Out in case you want to argue about that. I love that movie. Anyway, whenever I see something powerful like that, it really speaks volumes. And needless to say, if you are watching this and you work in the medical profession and you were on the front lines from the very beginning, thank you for doing what you do. It could not be understated enough just how appreciative society is for everything that you do. And, pretty obvious, I hope that people who work in that profession, my mother works in that profession. She's a nurse. I just talked to her beforehand. She's going to go back there today. Working potentially on the front lines. So, yeah. Needless to say, I have huge amounts of respect for anyone who works in that profession. I certainly could never do it. But I just wanted to say thank you for what you do. And, yeah. So, honestly, I think last night was one of the best episodes of Masked Singer yet. I really think that's the case. For a lot of reasons that I just explained. But the only thing that's going to make today just as good is tonight's NFL game, which is the Cardinals and the Seahawks. Man, I've gone back and forth on this game. Because after what Kyler Murray did against Buffalo, he pole vaulted his way back into being the MVP. At least in the conversation for it. Meanwhile, Russell Wilson, even though technically he's still very good, he's kind of fallen out of it a little bit. This is a very tough call. Let me just look up the game one more time. The Seahawks are at home, which is huge for them. They may not have the same crowd as 12th man always gives them, but the fact they're home definitely provides them some comfort, and they need comfort. You know what? Even though the Cardinals are first place in the division, I still feel like they're the underdog in this game. I'm going to put the Cardinals over the Seahawks. Go Kyler Murray. Please win Kyler Murray. And, yeah. All in all, this should be a really interesting day. A Totally Not Marked video is coming out. New episode of Hot Ones. It's all going to be great, and can't wait to talk about some of that stuff tomorrow. Like, favorite, share, hit the subscribe button, follow me on the social media platforms, some videos on YouTube. I'm very humbled to make this video for all of you guys watching George video. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. And remember, if you guys want to talk or chat, I'm going to be here to let you know. So I'll be back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.